Yeah, so people don't, you know, like the question would be should people be afraid that someone's going to come to their door and do something? No, unless, you know, there was some history there of what happened and that type of thing. I think that's, and I'm not you, Chief Schultz. I can't articulate this as well, but I think I want to say to people, it's not that somebody's going up to people's doors. So if you're worried about that, maybe you can sleep a little easier tonight. But I think that, you know, I think we go to our, you know, prayers and, you know, our neighbors, and that things are going to get better. But it is it's been a time in history that this stuff has happened. But you know, there's an awful lot of people that love living here, and are going to continue to love living here because it's a really good community. Ms. Haig, who's
Bob
next? Okay, state your name for the record. Welcome to the
Good evening, Council. I'm Bob Zick, over there, Mayor. I want to first say that for the full needed discussion, people need to watch Insight News Hour, Wednesday night, cable channel 15, 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. Following up on Mr. Wyckoff talked about in 2013, 1 murder, 2014, 3, this year 5 so far. If this trend continues, that's 10 next year. Let's ask why. He asks why. Fewer police presence in Maplewood because police officer funding was redirected to pay for the new police station expansion and parking garage. So we'll put that there. Pulling out of the Ramsey-Washington Cable Commission Joint Power Agreement. The Council tried silencing public comment before when Billy Rosbach was here. That did not work well. Of course, Insight had their cameras here, and every meeting people still got to see what was going on. An example, Rosbach lied saying Maplewood is not shutting down fire stations. Of course, we informed people that in fact the city was closing down 3 fire stations. You talked about the road project earlier and your franchise gas tax, which started last month in October, so there is really no funding there. The residents pay $450,000 and use half the gas. 3M pays $1,200 and uses the other half of the natural gas. I guess that's called income disparity. Bernie Sanders talks about that a lot. You know, I would ask, how much does St. John's Hospital pay? $1,200. How much does the Mall of America pay? $1,200. And the citizens pay $450,000. And then, Mayor, I would ask you, who runs the council meetings? When Cardinal was mayor, Longley was mayor, Rosbach, we could tell who was running the meeting, and they ran it from day one. Now, 2 meetings ago, the police chief told you to shut the meeting down, which you did. Karen Guilfoyle Haig, the parliamentarian, I guess super council person, tells the camera when to be shut off. Who does run the meeting? I mean, you've had 14 years, like I said, into state legislature and 2 years as the mayor, and still somebody else runs the meeting. Finally, I would just like to ask
Mr. Zick, your time is up.
question.
Your time is up, Mr. Zick.
Do council members get paid when they're not here? Do council members get paid when they're not here? Thank you for interrupting me, rude mayor. Thank you.
Mr. Zick. Thank you. I don't know if we should even respond to those. No. Okay, because we know it's not true. And when people come up here and say untruths, I guess that's what they have to do, and then they'll tell us about their show. Let's see, Insight? Is that what it's called? You know what it's called? Upside Down. And we don't know, but we don't advertise for cable shows here either. It's supposed to be regarding city business. So, on to our next thing, administrative presentations.
Thank you, Mayor, members of City Council. Upcoming work session and council meeting schedule. On November 23rd, we will have the 2016 budget presentations, the final 2, which are executive, administrative, and finance. And then Ms. Baumann and myself will give you a budget summary and ask for some direction on cuts or where we're at with the levy. At December 14th, we'll have the public hearing on the 2016 budget and adoption.